looking forward to it. Obviously, kick for the kids is such a good cause, such an important cause for us to be able to recognise and help support, and it's great for the Western Bulldogs to be back a part of the game with North Melbourne. So really looking forward to it.
Bont, I'd imagine you'd be pretty wary of these guys, desperate for a first one.
Of course, I think it's every game's important. Every opponent you expect their best, and that's exactly the same this week with North and Jack's lads, that expecting a big contest, an important game for both. So looking forward to it.
Seem to match up pretty well.
Yeah, we've had some pretty close ones, I reckon, over the journey at different points. So that'd be a great thing probably for the fans and the people who we love having back at Marvel Stadium here. So if it ends up going that way, I think we're both pretty well versed to deal with that, having played the close ones in the past. But we'll wait and see what happens.
Ziebell, how's the ankle?
Ankle's good, yeah. No, I just rolled it a little bit last week, so bit of rest this week, a bit light on the track, but ready to go tomorrow night.
What can we expect from young Will Phillips?
Yeah, young Will obviously gets his opportunity this week. Number 3 draft pick from last year. He's an inside midfielder who's really clean and hard. He's been really impressive throughout the pre-season, so it's exciting for him that he gets his opportunity. And I know he was made to wait a couple of rounds as well with a couple of his first-year mates debuting in round 1, and I know he's very excited. He's going to have a heap of family and friends in the grandstand, so it's a great opportunity for him to play his first game in a really important clash for our club, but also for footy in general and other occasions as well that are much bigger than footy and what this match stands for.
Cunners must be to have been cutting him back against his star-studded Doggies midfield.
Yeah, we've missed Cunners over the last 12 months. I think it's pretty much 12 months since he played his last game. So he's an integral part of our side and our midfield. He adds that bit of hardness and inside ball-winning ability, and especially against the Dogs. We know the depth that they've got running through there and quality of players through their midfield. So he's a handy addition, and although he's missed 12 months, I think he's definitely rediscovered a bit of love for footy as well. You can tell this week he's bloody excited. He hasn't stopped smiling. He's actually talked to a few people for a change as well. So it's going to be awesome to have him back.
How much extra work do you have to put in during the week to come up against that Doggies midfield?
I think every week, no matter who you play, each team's got different strengths, and you put the same amount of work in for every opposition. And this week, the Dogs have got quality across all lines, so not just their midfield. They're a bloody good side, and they're in very good form at the moment as well. And we're going to have our hands full throughout the middle, and I think it's a good opportunity for our midfielders to pit themselves against the probably number 1 midfielder at the moment in the competition and see where we stand. So it's a great opportunity for us as a team, and we're really looking forward to it.
Jack, what do you made of the commentary this week around North Melbourne and having this game? Does it give the guys a bit more motivation to perform well?
I think it does, but at the same time, I'll echo what our coach said yesterday, in the fact that this is a marquee game, and no other marquee games around the league at the moment are up for grabs. I think it's important that we pioneered this game of footy on Good Friday at North Melbourne, and we're rapt to be able to share it with the Bulldogs in the inner western suburbs for, I think, the second time. We played once before in this game, and we'd love to be able to build that rivalry going forward, knowing that the last few times we've played, it's been bloody close. So it's really important for us as a footy club, that we maintain this game, and I think that it's really important that we want that as well.
How's the week been after a bit of a disappointing effort up on the Gold Coast?
It's been good. It's been really good. Been a pretty honest review with the coach, and he's obviously new to the role this year, but he's everyone's understanding of what he expects. So going forward, I think it's important that we put a better performance on, no doubt, this weekend against a quality side and the Western Bulldogs. And what better opportunity do you want to do that than in prime time on a Friday afternoon in one of our biggest games for the year of the club?
Jack, is that an intensity thing? Is that what you need to lift there?
Yeah, a bit of that, but also some structural stuff as well. Probably on the weekend, most areas we could have lifted in. So some stuff we've worked on this week will be around that, what you spoke about, but also the way we move the footy, the way we defend, and contested ball stuff as well. And knowing our opposition and what they're good at, we're going to have to be on in those areas.
Marcus, how's your side shaping up? Because there's a lot of talk around, are they a premiership contender? Are you just below the contending line? How are you guys feeling about where you're sort of sitting?
Yeah, I think a focus for us probably every year, but this year was clearly to make a better start than we have in previous seasons, and being able to sort of get yourself off to the right foot, build some confidence over the pre-season, and especially that one sort of Amy series game we had was really important for us. So I guess if you reflect on all right, we've managed to start the season better than we have in the past, but there's a pretty steely reserve to continue to sort of go on with it and protect the momentum that you start to create. So as much as sort of checks and balances is important to do as you go. It's still really important for us to continue to strive for more and for better. So with a challenging opponent tomorrow afternoon, will be really good to test that again, but continue to maintain the sort of competition for spots is really important as well for us. That evenness across the team is another really important part for us. So if we can continue to be like that and maintain that, it should help us.
We've
Was
seen
it personal
teams.
goal for you being this year to go forward and make a greater impact when you are on the court?
I think you sort of aim to do that every year. Sometimes it doesn't pan out as well as you'd like through different circumstances, whether it is spending more time up there or less. I think this year, when you consider the midfield depth, the quality that we've got, in terms of across the board of a midfielders, it does allow myself and others to spend more sort of chunks of time there. But it really depends game to game probably. And when you consider Aaron Norton, Tim English, and then Josh Bruce and Steph Martin at times, there's quite a bit of height and tallness down there, so it's important to get a nice balance, I guess, at different times. So if you can at times get forward and make an impact, that does help, yeah.
Is there a similar feeling with this group as there was to the 2016 group? Do you feel that?
I mean, they're very different in a way. I think the complexion of the team's quite different. In terms of feel, I guess you're more going for a consistency of effort, and I guess the game style is obviously very similar to how we wanted to play back then, and we made some inroads back then with our game style and wanting to play, I guess, a competitive brand, but I guess an enjoyable brand to play and something people like to come and watch as well. So there probably are similarities, but I think we've been able to make things better, but also get back to some of those things that we did well.
Marcus, we've seen Port Adelaide and Richmond put the foot down a few times on teams really break away. Do you feel you guys have got that here where you can push on and put a score on if you get a chance?
We probably haven't shown that in the past, I don't think. It's one of the challenges you do face as a football club, is trying to build, I guess, that resilience and whatnot into your game. So it's a challenge for us to continue to, I guess, stay task focused and not get too carried away with the game and the scoreline at different points. So that's probably a work in progress for us, but you got to continue to fight for every score you can, and I know Northwood will make us work for it, definitely tomorrow.
Oh, Jack, one of the kids came through the club yesterday from the hospital. Does it put footy into perspective for you?
It does, and I think it just outlines the occasion that we're fortunate to play on, Good Friday. And we all know as Australians that Good Friday appeal, the work that they do for an amazing charity, an amazing hospital, the Royal Children's Hospital, the work that they do, and we were fortunate yesterday to have young George is over there. We'll get a few pictures of him in a minute, but he's been battling a fair stint of treatment for the last 15 months, I think, and I think last week, Carla, he rang the bell. Yesterday he rang the bell that signals the end of his treatment for that period, and they're a family from Hobart, so you can just imagine the support that they relied upon from the Royal Children's Hospital and stuff to help them get through. And for us to be able to play a game of footy on this day, it puts in perspective that footy's probably not that important, to be honest, really. If you look at the kids that are in those wards when we do our visits, some kids should never be in hospital. They don't deserve to be there, but unfortunately they are, and the people that do the work at the Royal Children's do an amazing job. So for us to play footy and raise as much money as we possibly can for the Good Friday appeal, it's an honour to do, and it's a pleasure to be a part of, and that's why we want to keep it for the future as well, because it's such a big day. Thanks, guys.
Thanks,